Let us discuss with the topic of types of economics. Here, the economy is divided into two categories on the basis of stage of development and on the basis of nature of the economic system. So today we are going to discuss about on the basis of nature of economic system. It is divided into three types: capitalist, socialist, and mixed economy. So we are going to discuss about the features of the capitalist economy. So the first feature is the private property. Here we can see that in the capitalist economy, like land, factories, mines, machineries and other resources, these are all owned by the private individuals. Now here the private property is the essence of the capitalist economy. And the individual owners have the right to sell the property. This means that the owners of the productive resources take the important decisions such as what to produce and how to produce, what is the amount of savings and investment in the economy. The next feature is the right of inheritance. This means that the property owned by the individual can be legally passed on to his legal heirs like sons and daughters. This provides a powerful incentive to the people to save and to accumulate wealth. The third feature is freedom of enterprise and occupation. So this is also an essential feature of the capitalist economy. This means that the private entrepreneurs are free to use the productive resources for the production of the product of their own choice, and the individuals are free to choose any occupation of their choice in accordance to their education, talent, ability, and also efficiency. They also can move from one job to another or from one place to another if they get some better opportunities. Next feature is freedom of choice of consumer. Here the consumers are free to buy and consume goods and services of their choice. They are free to spend their income on any types of goods and services they prefer to buy. Now it is the choice and preferences of the consumer that determine the nature and the quantity of the good. So it is the reason that the consumer is regarded as sovereign or a king of the capitalist economy. Next feature is price mechanism. This price mechanism is also an essential feature of the capitalist economy. Price mechanism is a process through which the prices of the goods and services are determined. Now, in a capitalist economy, every commodity has a price tag attached to it. Now, the price mechanism is a very fundamental to the operation of the capitalist economy. Here, the price mechanism plays a very important role in organizing the production. Now, price mechanism plays a major role in the distribution of the goods among the different individuals. We can also say that the economic activities are coordinated largely through this price mechanism. That is why, according to Adam Smith, the price mechanism is always an invisible hand. Next feature is the competition. The competition means rivalry between the participant in the market. In a capitalist economy, there exists high degree of competition both in the product as well as in the factor market. In the product market, producer compete and sell goods and services. Similarly, in the factor market, the owners compete with each other in order to sell their factor services. Now, competition promotes economic efficiency. Under the competitive condition, only efficient firm will survive and inefficient firm will be eliminated. Similarly, competition in the factor market such as labor market ensures that factor services like labor give their best performance. Next feature is the profit motive. Profit motive is an integral part of the capitalist economy. It is a motivation for carrying out the economic activities. Profit motive is the heart of the capitalist economy. It motivates the producers to undertake the production. Producer will produce more of those goods which they can able to earn more profits. And profit will lead to efficient allocation of resources. Next feature is the self-interest. Now each individual here is guided by the self-interest. For instance, we can say that the producer aim at maximization of profit. Similarly, a laborer tries to get the highest wages. Self-interest is the most important motivating force in a capitalist economy. It also works as an invisible hand. It gives direction and provides orderly behavior to functioning of the capitalist economy. The last feature here is the minimum government interference. In a capitalist economy, there is a least interference of the government. Consumers and producers are large and they can free to take any independent decisions. Thus, we can tell that a capitalist economy is a laissez-faire economy. Next, we discuss about some merits of the capitalist economy. The first is the spirit of the enterprise. Now, the profit motive, the desire to earn profit has encouraged new entrepreneurial abilities. The producers are motivated to bring improvements in their production activities. Next merit is incentive for technological progress. Here, the producers motivated to develop the new techniques and to earn more profit. The competition has encouraged the producer to invent new and improved techniques of production. Next is efficient use of resources. In a capitalist economy, the inefficient one are penalized. The producers are under constant pressure to maximize their efficiency so as to keep the cost minimum and in order to earn high profits. Similarly, the workers work most efficiently in order to earn higher income. Next point is incentive for capital formation. The profit provides motive for higher investment. The institution of the private property and inheritance encourage savings and investment. Higher the level of saving and investment will lead to higher income and high rate of economic growth. Next point is new consumer goods. The capitalist economy has bought a flood of the new products. The desire to earn profit. The competition has also encouraged them to improve the quality of the old products. Next point is flexibility and adaptability. The most important virtue of the capitalist economy is that it possesses a very high degree of flexibility and adaptability. It has successfully withstood the various strains and pressure of the political crisis. It has shown flexibility by adapting itself to a large-scale production. New techniques of production have increased regulation by the government. Next point is automatic working. There is no planning body and central agency to take necessary economic decision. It is impersonal forces of price mechanism which enable the capitalist economy to take all important decisions. Automatic functioning of price mechanism in a capitalist economy help the producer to solve the basic problems as what to produce and how to produce and also for whom to produce. The last point is economic freedom. The restriction by the government are kept here minimum. So there is a freedom of consumers and producers and the freedom also to save an investment. Freedom to enterprise constitute the backbone of the capitalist economy. Thus, economic freedom is a virtue of the capitalism. Next, we discuss about the demerits of the capitalist economy. First is inequalities of income and health. It has led to large disparities in the distribution of income and wealth. In a capitalist economy, one could witness affluence along with the acute poverty, multi-story building along with slums and extravagant luxuries along with hunger. These inequality is inherent in the capitalist system because of the institution of the private property. Consequently, in a capitalist economy, the rich have become richer and the poor have become poorer. The next one which we are going to discuss is that class struggle, which is also a demerit of the capitalist economy. Class struggle is a direct consequence of inequalities in the capitalist economy. Capitalist society has divided into two groups, namely the capitalist and the worker, the have and the have-nots, the rich and the poor. So there is a constant hostility, struggle, and animosity between these two groups in the form of strikes, lockout. These adversely affect the functioning of the capitalist economy. Next point is economic instability. Instability arises because there is no coordinating agency. There is always a possibility of overproduction or underproduction, booms and depression, inflation and unemployment. So these economic fluctuations can cause a lot of human misery and sufferings. Next point is misallocation of resources. The capitalist economy has led to misallocation of resources. Rich people have more purchasing power and therefore there is a more production for luxuries and comfort rather than necessities. Because the motive of the producers is to earn more profit and the production of necessity is neglected, such an allocation of resources is undesirable from the viewpoint of the society. Next point is waste of capitalist production. There are various types of waste. Some of the waste are like some of the techniques of production are discarded because the discovery of new and better types of techniques. Second is that the consumer also discard many types of consumer goods like cars when the new models are manufactured. Next, the producers go for excessive advertisement in order to push up their sales. Then plant capacity remain unutilized due to cutthroat competition. Next point is emergence of the monopoly power. There are few giant firms that control the production in most of the industries. Monopolist firms are exploiting the consumer by charging higher prices and restricting the output. They are also responsible for maldistribution of the productive resources and concentration of economic and political power. Next demerit is neglect of social welfare. The production is undertaken to maximize the profit. Therefore, the goal of maximization of the social welfare is completely neglected. The last demerit here is domination of economic values. It has given more emphasis on the values and self-interest. Earning money has become the main purpose of the life, even if it requires the use of foul methods. The man's worth and his success in the life is judged by his economic success. This has resulted in subordination of human, social, moral, religious, and cultural values. In fact, overemphasis on monetary values has led to numerous personal and family problems such as disruption of family life, increased divorce and suicides, and more worries. To sum up, we can say that the capitalist economic system leads to disparities in the income and wealth, class struggle, economic instability, monopolies, misallocation of resources, waste of competition, and domination of economic values. In the next class, we are going to discuss of socialist economy, their merits and demerits, mixed economy and their merits and demerits.